Alright guys, so a couple days back, Francis Ngannou did an interview with Ariel Helwani, and he said some very interesting things, some really messed up things, and just wow, it makes you go wow. If you add up everything that Francis said and the UFC is doing, and especially Dana not putting the belt on Francis and also not being at the press conference, that is a big statement. The way that everything was designed, it was designed for Francis to not win, to lose. But then Francis said F you to everybody and he just turned into Habib. And with that, he won. And that went against what the UFC wanted. They wanted him to lose, but he won. And now he has all the cards in his hands. He has the title, he's their heavyweight champ. When he talks, people will listen. And one of the things that Francis said in the interview really caught my eye, and I was like, damn, that is really smart on the part of UFC. The UFC is very smart for doing this. Literally brilliant. This is what Francis said. UFC will sit you down for 10-11 months and get you out of the money. They know you're going to go out of money because they know exactly how much you're making and they know you can't go far with that money. It's kind of like forcing you to sign a new deal, forcing you to fight. Now guys, the UFC doing this, they're brilliant, but it's really messed up. But the fighters that affects the most UFC doing this is the ones that put all the eggs into one basket. And just when that egg basket drops, it cracks all the eggs, they're out of food. And that's when the UFC comes and knocks on the door. We gotta fight for you, you have to fight. And they'll offer you like a bad deal, a bad amount of money, but you have to agree because you're running out of money, you're running out of food. But then the fighters that put their eggs into different basket, if one breaks, it's fine. Because they could depend on the other basket which carries their eggs. What I mean by that, guys, is diversify your income. Increase your revenue streams. Basically have more sources of money coming in other than just the UFC. And that is when the UFC can't really force you to accept a really bad deal or bad amount of money. They just can't because you have another source of money coming in and you're good with that. See guys, the one big thing that I notice about MMA fighters is that they're really bad at managing their money and how to make their money even bigger. Like, they're really bad at it. They make bad investments, they buy flashy things here and there. They just don't think about the long term, the long road ahead. So let me give you guys an example here. So Francis Ngannou's disclosed pay from this fight, UFC 270, was said by himself that it was $600K. That's the amount he got paid in disclosed payment. But that $600K quickly becomes really small, slowly and slowly. You got coaches fees, you got gym fees, you got this, that, and many other miscellaneous costs here and there. So guys, and then at the end you got Uncle Sam, government taxes, and they take a huge amount, man. They take a big amount. So that $600,000 slowly becomes smaller and smaller. And once again, once that money goes down, the UFC will come knocking on their door and they have to agree to a bad deal, to a bad amount of money. They're forced to fight. But having multiple options, you can say no to an option because you have other options. See guys, Daniel Cormier, Michael Bisping, and Chael Sonnen, they're all retired, but they're doing something that 99% of the MMA fighters are not doing. They should be doing it, but they're not doing it. Bisping, DC, and Chael Sonnen are making content on YouTube and in other platforms, and with this content, they're able to do brand deals with big companies, this and that, and that's giving them hell a lot of money. And I'm talking about big bags, guys. You guys could ask the Weasel about this. He's one of the biggest MMA channels on YouTube, and you'll agree with what I said. You can make a lot of money on YouTube by making content, and also with that doing sponsored brand deals, selling merch, selling this, selling that, whole lot of things, guys. And only a handful of MMA fighters are doing this. This includes Israel Adesanya, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Masvidal, Sean O'Malley, Francis Ngannou, Nate Diaz, Misha Tate, and Donald Cerrone. I'm pretty sure others are doing it as well, but guys, they're not doing a good job in promoting it. That's why it's being in the shadows. See guys, the power of content is insane. Making videos and stuff like this, promoting yourself, is really important in this fight business. And the ones that are really doing it on a high level are Israel Adesanya, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Masvidal, Sean O'Malley. Slowly and slowly, they got more fans tuning in and watching them. And the result, they gives them views. Views is money. And with that, they're doing brand deals, whole lot of things. And most importantly, people will connect with you. If you do it right, they will be invested into you. And once you have fans truly behind you, supporting you, they will have your back. And with that, firstly, you will have more revenue sources, you will make more money. Secondly, the UFC will have a very hard time forcing a bad deal onto you because you have other sources of income coming in. And you have fans behind you once again. And with that, you'll be able to negotiate a good deal right in the middle of what you want and what they're looking for. Stay in between, not a terrible one, but in between. You'll never get exactly what you want, but you will be at a good spot. Once again guys, the best thing to have in a negotiation is options. When you have different options, you can say no to a bad option. It will be hard to force something onto you because you have something to lay back on.